Hey there, Theo here. Yesterday, me and my partners had a staff meeting that involved our entire development and project management team. The subject was, how can we bring more value to our clients? The answer was, do not let them make mistakes. Simple, right? But how are we supposed to do that? How could we control that? In order to be able to help them, we first started with a list that contained the most common mistakes that our clients made or are currently making when communicating with us. My purpose for this video is to bring to your attention the common mistakes that clients make when communicating with us, a tech agency. Why? Because it is better to prevent than to correct a mistake. I believe that if they are brought to your attention, it will help you and the tech agency. Right off the bat, a funny one to us. Sending text in a photo. Some of our clients find it easier to send a photo of a text that we need rather than copying it and sending it via email. It may be easier for you, but how are we supposed to copy the text from a photo? The problem is that it will take longer to write the text from the photo than to copy-paste it on your website. A bigger problem is when we need to transcript a handwritten text. Well, that's actually time consuming because we first of all need to understand what you wrote there. Let's save time and send text via email. We all win. A client told us he wanted to build a platform where he could offer feedback to his coworkers. Based on the planning we did together and the budget he had, we took some technical decisions regarding the way we are going to implement the platform. We delivered it, and after he tested it, he just remembered that he forgot to tell us that he wanted to cross-check some of the feedback in order to establish some statistics. In this point, we talked to him, told him that we could do that, but the statistics page will have a very slow loading time because the architecture of the website didn't take that into consideration. In order to have a good loading time, we needed to change the architecture of the website and rewrite some of the code. Obviously, he wasn't happy. That meant time and costs he didn't take into consideration. If he would have told us about this important feature from the beginning, we would have planned the project that way and we could deliver it accordingly. He would have saved time and obviously money. We absolutely encourage you to be proactive, to come up with ideas, to research your competition, and to even suggest designs that you like. But it's a big difference between liking a design and creating one for a development company. Many of our clients try to do that, thinking they could combine 2, 3, or even 4 designs from similar platforms and come up with something new and would save money. But if you are a designer, sure, do it. If you're not, we suggest you let the pros do it. Why? It's simple. Because when clients do the design, we always have the following problems. 1. The design is delivered on a piece of paper. It's basically a sketch, not an actual design. We don't know how it's supposed to look and work realistically. 2. We cannot extract elements and establish fonts and pixels from a design made on a piece of paper. 3. No tablet and mobile design. We always had to improvise on those resolutions. 4. There is no consistency when you combine design from 2 or 3 platforms. A designer knows how to create and deliver a design that will help us better and faster implement your product. You will pay more for the design, that's true, but you will save money on development. Don't panic. Giving feedback is not a mistake per se. The common mistake is writing your feedback in a document in which 5 to 10 people wrote their opinion too. Different people express their thoughts differently and write them differently. Let me tell you a story. We had a project where 7 people offered us feedback in a document where our PM and developer had access. We started reading the document and we understood roughly 50% of it. In that document, they were arguing about features. There were no conclusions. Some of them wanted new features. Some of them didn't know about some of the features that were already implemented. It was more like an internal document, a first version of a feedback, a document which really needed further discussion. What did we do? We talked to them, explained to them that they should have another look over the document, have one person collect the feedback and the same person write the feedback document down. At first, they didn't understand what was unclear, why they needed to do all of that. We then opened the document, chose a topic, and asked them to explain it to us. Their PM started talking, but the CEO stopped him and had a whole different perspective over the problem. After the CEO, a member of the staff told us that he had a different perspective over the same issue and even how to handle it. That was the point when we gently stopped them and told them that this is what we are talking about. By giving them an example, they understood what the problem was. They took 2 weeks, had an internal meeting, and sent back a centralized document with their feedback. After receiving it, we were able to implement their feedback. I believe that this mistake is caused by the fact that you want to impress an investor, thinking that they will most likely invest in your company if you tell them a shorter deadline or make up one on the spot. We had experiences like this, when our client told us that he already set a deadline with an investor for a feature. The problem is, the deadline was completely unrealistic. It required from 50 to 200% more time to implement it. The first time this happened, we tried to reach the impossible deadline. We even added a new developer to the project. We sort of did it, but not really. The feature was there, but it had a lot of bugs. The design was not looking that great, and it made the whole app loading time increase. We delivered it, but it was a failure. Needless to say that neither the investor nor the client were satisfied, and we had to explain to the investor what actually happened. Lucky for us, they understood. They invested a smaller amount in the first phase, and after we properly delivered the previously mentioned feature, they invested the whole amount. After this experience, we never did it again. We wasted more time and money trying to deliver it faster than taking our time and delivering it properly from the first attempt. We were lucky. The investor understood what we tried to do. But other stories ended with receiving zero money from the investor, as he believed that they tried to trick him. So, let's get some conclusions. Send text via email. Don't send pictures anymore. Believe me, you will help us a lot, will save a lot of time. Tell us everything you want to build on your platform. Why? Because we make technical decisions based on that, and it will most likely be more expensive to build it at the end of the development cycle than during it. Let a designer help you. They are a real asset. They know what we need in order to get the job done exceptionally well. Don't have more people communicating with the agency. Choose one and send your entire team's feedback in a centralized document. It will also help us have a larger view over what you want to implement and will make better decisions. See us as your lawyer. We need to know everything. Set deadlines with us. Don't do it behind our back, and don't drop the bomb on us. We may not be able to help you and you may miss your deadline. I honestly hope that the video that you just watched will help you better communicate with your tech agency and help you deliver better digital products to your clients. And please, no hard feelings if you were the person doing any of the mistakes listed above. Everybody learns. If you want our input on any of your digital products, feel free to book in a strategy call with me. That's all for today, and thank you for watching.